Hello everybody, it's Winback, and today we are going to be playing some more tanks. Her name is Johanna, and she's everybody's favorite and least favorite tank at the same time. Today's team comps are going to be Thrall, Johanna, Vala, Whitemane, Maiev versus Garrosh, Sergeant Hammer, Genji, Anduin, and Greymane. Now, when I say that she's everyone's most and least favorite tank, everybody can play Johanna because she's very simple to play, but nobody really wants to play Johanna because she has a very... it's boring. It's a boring playstyle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. The sad part of it is that there is some nuance, quite a bit of nuance to her kit, especially when she's in counter matchups, or she's in matchups against people that she counters. So you can essentially have a lot of fun with the character if you're playing her to the best of her abilities, but a lot of the time it's just brainless. Put W, walk into wave, hit Q, hit blind, hit D, live through everything, hope your team does something. It's kind of, you know, I have heard her described as a brain-dead hero. So we're going to put a stop to all that, though, on this video. And I am going to tell you just what to be looking for with Johanna to better yourself as a Johanna player and get out of the mindset of just, WD, walk away. So Johanna's kit in and of itself is very simple, but her Q is going to do 122 damage. The damage isn't necessarily what you care about with the ability. It is the 60% decaying slow over 2 seconds. And you are going to be able to make much better use of that after you pull them in with your W, which is Condemn. This is the shining pinnacle of Johanna's kit. Condemn is going to shoot out a big circle around you, and over, let's see, 1 second, it is going to pull people towards Johanna, stunning them for 0.25 seconds. That is how Johanna is going to force engages. It's going to be how she pulls people out of position. It's how she clears waves. Because the other thing about this talent is that it is going to do 200% increased damage to minions and mercenaries. So Johanna is just able to walk out into a wave, Q or W a whole bunch of lane garbage together, hit it with your Q, and then it probably dies to some DPS damage. It kind of works the same way with heroes, too, if you get them yoinked in the right place. But her E is the kind of the red-headed stepchild of her kit. It's the one ability that you're going to have to use specifically on a target who needs to be hit by it, and you have to kind of think about what you're doing with it. You don't want to use it on the wave. I see a lot of people hit EWQ on the wave to clear it. It's not mana efficient. It's not, you know, cooldown efficient. It's just not good. Because the ability, first of all, is on a 12-second cooldown, and you want to have it up for characters like Greymane, for Genji, for Hammer. You want to make sure that they can't see when they're trying to auto-attack. And if you use that big cooldown on a wave, like right there you go, stop the channel because I had the ability up. Oh my god, I almost actually. Just gonna slow him down, try to leave. Are we gonna leave? I mean, I do have my Whitemane healer. Hammer is blinded. It's 3 versus 4 right now, though. I just killed myself. Yeah, I just walked too far forward, and Garrosh is still there to toss me. Poor positioning on my part. But anyway, our D is going to be Iron Skin. This is the ability that you've probably seen up until this point that makes Johanna so ridiculously hard to kill. Iron Skin is going to make Johanna completely unstoppable as long as it lasts. It's going to give her a huge fucking shield. which is also nuts. The ability is on a 20-second cooldown, and that in and of itself should make everybody scared of it. I mean, it's just nasty. How short the cooldown is, and how much shorter you can make the cooldown with your level 1 talent for the amount of shielding. Like, look at how much damage I just walked through there, because I was completely unstoppable and didn't give a shit. That is probably the biggest reason that Johanna is described as brain dead. Because you just hit your D button, and you literally soak all the damage. Like, you're just a damage vacuum, and no one cares. Everybody has to either break the shield off of you, or change their focus on the target, and after they waste important cooldowns on you, I mean, you can see why that might be an issue. But anyway, Johanna's 2 ults are going to be Blessed Shield and Falling Sword. Blessed Shield is a skill shot stun in a straight line, but you throw it. If it hits anything, it is going to bounce, and it bounces prioritizing heroes. So, if you hit them with the main line of Blessed Shield, they're going to get stunned, and then the bounce targets are stunned for a shorter duration. But you can also just pitch it at minions and bounce it to heroes too to stun them from there. It's really cool. Really cool ability. But we're not going to be playing that in this game, because that's the ult that everybody wants us to take. That's the ult that everybody is always describing as, okay, it's Johanna Blessed Shield, blah blah. Just fucking missile mosh pit. We're going to be taking Falling Sword this game. We are going to be having much more fun, but Falling Sword is 100% a level 20 ultimate. The level 10 itself is whatever. You can save Johanna from a lot of bad positioning with it. You can engage from kind of really far away with it. You can make certain things happen with the ult, but the only reason to pick Falling Sword is if you are going to take the level 20 that does heckin' huge amounts of damage. Is she gonna die? Yeah, alright. Huge amounts of damage, and reduces the cooldown on the ability insanely hard. So, if you're picking Falling Sword, you better pick the 20, and you better make it happen. Because you essentially become carry Johanna at level 20. I'm not joking, I'm not being hyperbolic, I'm not, lying to you. At level 20, if you have Falling Sword, and you are not winning all of your engages, you're doing it wrong. Because the amount of damage that Joe puts out with that ability is fucking disgusting. Almost got him. Almost got killed by the BFG. Woo. Woo. Enemy team still standing in the earthquake, but doesn't seem too terribly interested. Body block, body block, body block, body block. Yeah. We stopped Genji from interrupting the channel on Vala, so fuck yeah, us. Way to go, team. I wish we had rotated down faster to the bottom temple, but hindsight is 20/20, right? Even though I called that in the middle of the game. But we can go over the talents now. As far as what to build for Johanna, it's mostly the same. It's mostly going to be the same. She has a few talent deviations that you can take situationally, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the same build. You're going to be picking the same talents, and we're going to try to show you which are the trap talents. Okay? So level 1, everything is a trap talent, with the exception of Hold Your Ground. Reinforce, fine. You can make a case for Reinforce because the ability is very strong. And into a full melee team, so say, I mean, technically, I could have done it. I could have done it this game. That and do an ult, just absolutely baiting everyone on our team into ultimate death. Really. Had we been grouped for that, they would have died, but we were doing other things. a little bit disappointing, a little bit sad there. No big deal. But anyway, getting 60 physical armor for 2.5 seconds after using an ability is nuts. Against Greymane, it's crazy because it's not just block charges, right? It's 60 pure physical armor against auto attacks. So you're going to reduce auto attack damage by 60% just for using an ability. So if you do it the way you're supposed to, you essentially have 7.5 seconds of 60 physical armor. It's fucking insane. No. Okay, we've got to kill someone. We've got to get the trade. Is Genji going to die? Genji's down. Now we've got to turn our focus to the others. He threw me in, making the condemn that much easier to hit, but... Okay, we can get more than one. There we go. Way to go, team. Pulling them all together. We had the lane priority as well. It was all pushed up, so that makes it a lot easier for us to get places because there's not as many enemy minions in our way. Hot tip for ya. But anyway, back to the level 1 talent. Hold your ground. It's going to be your pick pretty much all the time. There's no reason to take Laws of Hope. Reducing the cooldown of Iron Skin by 5 seconds puts it on a 15-second cooldown, and it gives you 60% more shield. So, let's see, 1168, you're adding on another at least 600 shielding to this ability. I don't think I have to tell you how stupid and ridiculously broken that is. So, we're going to move on to the next talent here. Eternal Retaliation is what I typically pick up, because the mana refund for Jo is very good, especially with the amount of waves that she usually has to clear. I took Conviction, though, in this game because of Hammer. I wanted to be able to get to her and actually... Oh, no. Looks like they're going to get that camp. He missed? You missed the white mane. We're going to peel the white mane effectively. Genji's still going in, actually going to kill the white mane and get out. Ouch. Genji does die to turret damage though, so fuck yeah, go us. That was one of the situations where you have to use Falling Sword to get away from the damage. So, very versatile ability. All my other cooldowns are down, I just have to rip it. It's only on a 50-second cooldown too, so it is very good for saving Johanna in situations where it's very scary and she's probably going to die. Looks like they got everything there. But anyway, Conviction I took, again, for this reason. It gives Johanna an engage where she normally doesn't have one outside of her ultimate. So the movement speed is going to help her get closer to the targets that she wants to get to, or it's going to help her get away if she ever has to escape quicker by using one of her abilities. So it's a very good talent, but a lot of the time you're just going to see Eternal Retaliation because Johanna just gets relegated to lane cleanup duty so often that you need mana very, very often. So I don't think Sin's Exposed is a very good talent. It does extra damage. That's cool. That's all it does, though. It's specifically very good when you have an Asmo on your team and you want to help him stack, but outside of that specific situation, I don't find the talent very useful at all. I just don't see it. Still yoinking them together, that cage popping people in and out. We've got the Genji kill down, but Anduin is going to go for the Holy Word Salvation and save the rest of his team. We need to get some infrastructure back on the map and get this bottom tower out of here. Gonna go ahead, wipe out the lane real quick. Get this going. Perfect. Bottom shrine is looking hot and ready, just like a Little Caesar's pizza. Now that we've got the building down, we're ready to go. Hammer and Garrosh are still in the middle lane. This Greymane is just hanging out here for no reason. We're gonna miss the Falling Sword, but we're gonna slow him down, get the Umbral Bind with the Maiev and make sure that he dies. At level 7, you do pick up Subdue for the additional slow. If you hit 2 targets with your Q, suddenly the slow is increased to 80% and it does not decay. So Yeah, it doesn't increase the duration at all. 2 seconds of 80% slow is insane. And it is ultimately a better peel tool than Condemn is once you get to this point. So, keep that in the back of your mind. If you manage to hit 4 people with this ability as well, hit 4 enemy heroes with this ability, it's just going to always slow by 80%, even if you're only hitting 1 person. So, think about it like it's a quest that you don't have to complete because the talent is so extremely strong if you're using it correctly. But if you manage to complete the quest, it is completely worth dying for. Because having an 80% slow for 2 seconds on a single target with a, let's see what this is. It's an 8-second cooldown. Like, it lets her just hold people in place for so long. It is absolutely fucking insane how good that talent is. The other talents at the tier just aren't going to be as useful. And that's saying something because Blessed Momentum, it reduces your cooldowns per auto attack. Oh! Did you think that you were just going to take this? We're level 20, bitches. We've already got the boss channeled. Hammer's blinded now. Greymane probably gonna get away, but Hammer's still just sitting here shelling away, thinking that she's gonna do something. And just like that, the enemy team continues to throw the game away by trying to take a boss fight against our team. Crazy, huh? You've got Whitemane healing, you've got Whitemane ult, you've got Thrall with the Earthquake, you've got the Rain of Vengeance, you've got the Warden's Cage. Everything about our team is going to stop you from taking that boss. But you did it anyway. No Gust, no Stu Call Vault, no Ley Line Seal, nothing's gonna prevent you from throwing it in there. And that is going to be your first introduction to Falling Sword and level 20 talent Heaven's Fury. It's going to do 171 damage per bolt that it drops down, and every time the bolt hits someone, you're going to reduce the cooldown by 3 seconds. And it's each enemy hit, so if you use that ability into an enemy hero who is standing in a wave, you're going to not only clear the wave, hit the hero for a shitload of damage, but you're also going to get that much more cooldown. Oh no. We're going in again. We're going to stop. Oh, yes. We're going to stop Anduin from using Salvation. Try to pull people together again. We've got our shield in just a second. Got it ready. Gonna get out. Gotta let this armor debuff roll off and go in for yet another Falling Sword. So good. It's just so good. I love it so much. But the talents, again, we've talked about Falling Sword so much right now. So Roar is what I'm going to pick up at 13. Holy Fury is a trap talent. Don't ever pick it. I know so many people will say, it's for clearing waves, it's so consistent, it's good, pick it. No, it's shit. Blessed Hammer is better at clearing waves. Roar is going to deal so much more fucking damage in every situation.
You have done well.
Especially if you're using Johanna to just run into team fights. I mean, like we've been doing this game anyway. Roar is just better. Take Blessed Hammer if you want clear waves. Don't ever take Holy Fury. There are countless threads on Reddit if you really want the math on it, but it's just a shit town. Totally shit town. Don't even bother. At 16, you have some options here. I took Imposing Presence specifically because of the amount of auto attackers on the enemy team. If we use Imposing Presence on Greymane or Hammer, or even Genji, honestly, their attack speed is going to get slowed by 40%. No, hang on. So we just activate it to reduce their attack speed by 50%, and we slow them by 20%, but we're already slowing their attack speed by 20% if they hit us. So, if you are getting hit by the Greymane, and also hit your imposing presence on top of him, he's going to have 70% reduced attack speed. And essentially be useless. You get? Makes sense? Perfect. I don't think I have to explain that one anymore. It's a generic talent. It's on plenty of tanks. Oh, that's a big cage. The Unstoppable from the White Mane ult. Gonna interrupt the Salvation as well. Hit him for a 670 damage punish. That's our Q. Really fucking hot stuff there. But we're gonna have to leave. Nobody's gonna die. We didn't die either. And the falling sword kills the kitchen. Did you think I was kidding when I said Johanna can carry?
Be swift.
Welcome to the future.
Do not let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the
Can we just stop and look at this talent one more time? It's like, let it sink in. 185 damage per lightning bolt that comes down. Oh, got the interrupts. Let's go in. Look at how many lightning bolts are popping out of that shit. It's insane. On one singular person, we reduce the cooldown from 50 seconds to 30. Holy shit. 30-second cooldown. And if we had hit 2 people, we win. Like, we just get our cooldown reset and they're all dead. So stupid. Maiev going in with... Oh, still managed to get rooted, but also booped and pulling everybody in. Huh. That was good. That was good. When the enemy team helps you kill them, I mean, you can't really ever be upset about it, right? Anyway, that was Johanna. I know some parts of the game are going to be a little bit hard to get through because you just kind of hit the same buttons over and over again. But if you're using her kit in a smart way, you're going to make her so impossibly hard to kill, and she can be so good at just picking games up and winning them on her own if you're playing her correctly. So that's what this build is designed for. It's probably not going to be everyone's favorite build, but I fucking love it. Hold your ground at 1. Conviction at 4. 4 is situational. Pick whatever you think you need. Subdue at 7. Falling Sword at 10. Roar at 13. Please don't ever pick the Burning Rage talent. I don't even remember the name. I've already repressed it. It's awful. Don't do it. Imposing Presence at 16 or whatever else you need. The other talents here are situational. Again, you can heal yourself or you can run quicker with your passive, which is always good. And then if you took Falling Sword, you have to take Heaven's Fury. There is no excuse for not picking this talent if you have taken the ult. Indestructible is not worth it if you're using Heaven's Fury. The Team Shield also not worth it if you've picked Falling Sword. So do yourself a favor, have fun with this ult, get used to it, get to level 20, win the game for your team. Ta-da! Yeah, that's all I got. I will be back tomorrow with some more stuff for you, but hopefully this guide was a little bit more informative than I usually have. Yeah, feel free to do the YouTube things if you are so inclined. Like, comment, subscribe, or the opposite of any of those things too. I mean, that's totally wicked cool too. Live your life. Okay, bye.